Hello everyone. Today we are discussing the rules for writing electronic configuration. We know that there are three different rules which will be helpful to write what electronic configuration of elements. They are Aufbau principle, Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Hund's rule of what? Maximum multiplicity. Maximum multiplicity. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity and Pauli's exclusion principle. What is it called? Pauli's exclusion principle. Exclusion principle. So these three rules to be followed, these three principles to be followed while writing electronic configuration for the elements. Okay, so we are discussing what now today? Rules for writing electronic configuration. What are they? Aufbau principle, Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, and Pauli's exclusion principle. In this, Aufbau is not name of scientist. That's the apostrophe is not given here. Aufbau meaning what? Building up. So building up principle means the total atom of element is built up by using what now here? By the following what? Aufbau principle. By following Aufbau principle, the total atom is built up by filling of electrons in various atomic orbitals. So Aufbau meaning what here? Building up. Okay. So the here Aufbau principle as HU and Hund is name of scientist. Pauli is the name of scientist. So Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, Pauli's exclusion principle. Okay. These three rules we are going to discuss today. The first one is what now? Aufbau principle. Aufbau principle. So Aufbau principle. So according to the Aufbau principle, what now tell me? According to Aufbau principle, just a moment. According to Aufbau principle, what? The electrons occupy the orbitals having lower energy first. The lower energy orbitals are filled with electrons first. Then only the higher energy orbitals are filled. So first, which orbitals are filled with electrons? The lower energy orbitals. That point we have to understand. That is Aufbau principle. So here, how to identify the energy of orbitals? Energy of orbital. Energy of orbital. So which is lower energy orbital, which is higher energy orbital, we can understand by using n plus L value. N plus L value gives what now? The energy of orbital. N is what here? Principal quantum number. N is what here? Principal quantum number. L is what? Azimuthal quantum number. We know that four types of quantum numbers. So four types of quantum numbers, what are they? Principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and next one what? Spin quantum number. So four types of quantum numbers we have. So in that n is what now? Small n indicates the principal quantum number. L is what? Azimuthal quantum number. So n plus L value gives what now? The energy of orbital. Okay, so the lower energy orbitals means the orbitals with less n plus L value will be filled with electrons first. Then only the higher energy orbitals are filled with electrons. And this diagram is called what now here? Mohr's diagram. Mohr's diagram. So according to this Mohr's diagram, what now here? The energy of orbitals in the increasing order of their energies is observed. Means what? Arranged here. All the atomic orbitals in the increasing order of their energies can be arranged by the help of what? Mohr's diagram. So this Mohr's diagram comes under which principle? Aufbau principle. Aufbau principle. So this Aufbau principle is also called what? N plus L rule. N plus L rule. So N plus L rule, otherwise Aufbau principle. Both are same. Okay. So the orbitals with less N plus L value are filled with electrons first. Then only the orbitals with higher energy will be filled. That is called Aufbau principle, N plus L rule. So this diagram is called what now here? Mohr's diagram. So according to this Mohr's diagram, now you see first orbit, n is equal to 1 is what? First orbit. First orbit which shell here? K shell. First orbit is what now here? K shell. So this K shell has only s orbitals. Only s orbitals will be there in K shell. In first orbit, only s orbital. So 1s orbital, 1s orbital. This is atomic orbital. Remember, 1s atomic orbital. So 1s atomic orbital only is available in first orbit. 1p, 1d will not be there. Only 1s is available. Next, if you take n is equal to 2, principal quantum number value 2 indicates which shell? L shell. So in the L shell, that is second orbit, two subshells will be there. In L shell, that is in second orbit, there will be two subshells, S subshell, P subshell. That's why we have orbitals, 2s orbital, 2p orbitals. 2s orbital, 1 and 3, 2p orbitals. 2px orbital, 2py, 2pz will be there. So first, 2s and 2p if you take, which will have lesser energy? 2s has lower energy because n plus L value less for 2s. And 2p has more energy. That's why between 2s and 2p, what should be filled first? 2s orbital is filled before 2p orbital. And before 2s orbital, what is filled with electrons? 1s orbital. So in this way, the lower energy orbitals will be filled with electrons first. So the orbital, the atomic orbital with the lowest energy is what? 1s orbital. 1s orbital which is present in first orbit, that is K shell, has lowest energy. Is that clear? And now second orbit has what now? Second orbit has 2s and 2p, remember. And third orbit, if you take third orbit, the third orbit has 3s, 3p, 3d. Okay, and so these numbers don't come this year. These numbers are what? Period numbers. What are these now? Period. Here 1s orbital, the element with 1s orbital will be in first period. Okay, if one is outermost orbit, for hydrogen and helium, that elements belong to which period? First period. And 2s orbitals will belong to second period. Okay. So that one. So here second orbit, that is L shell, has 2s orbitals, 2p orbitals. And third orbit means which shell here? M shell, capital M shell. The third orbit, M shell, has 3s, 3p, 3d. 3s, 3p, 3d. These three orbitals will be present in third orbit. And fourth orbit has what? 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. And fifth orbit has what? 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f. Okay, and 5g will not be there. Again here 5g will not be existing. And here in this case 4f only will be there. 4f only will be there. 5g will be there here. 4g doesn't exist here. 4g doesn't exist. But here fifth orbit now, fifth orbit is 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f, and 5g also will be there. SP, DF, GH, IJ, KL, like this we have taken. So 5G will be there, but this 5G is not filled with electrons in the elements which are known to us so far. So far we know only 118 elements. Okay, in 118 elements, this 5G orbital is not utilized. This 5G orbital is not filled with electrons in the elements which are known so far to us. That's why 5G will be there, but is not filled in any element which is known so far. So 5 means n is equal to 5. That is principal quantum number 5. That means fifth orbit indicates that there will be 5 subshells. What are 5 subshells? S subshell, P subshell, D subshell, F subshell, and also G subshell will be there, but it is not filled with electrons. But in case of fourth orbit, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. 4g doesn't exist. Like that. So, and sixth orbit, if you take sixth orbit, there will be 6s, 6p, 6d, 6f, 6f, then 6g, and also what will be there? 6h will be there. F, G, H, like this. SPDF, GH, IJKL. So, in this way, now these all orbitals available, but in the elements which are known to us, among 118 elements, the 6f orbital, 6g orbitals, 6h orbitals are not filled with electrons. That's why we are not writing these three. Up to 6d only we know the filling of electrons in 118 elements. That's why we are not writing these three. Right? These three will be there, but not filled with electrons. A sixth orbit means how many subshells must be there? there should be 6 subshells. What are the S, P, D, F, G, H should be there. But we have electrons filled only in 6s, 6p, 6d in 118 elements. That one we have to understand. Next, again we have n is equal to 7 indicates what? 7th orbit. 7th orbit has what? 7 subshells. S, P, D, F, G, H, I. 7I also will be there. But we have the elements in which 7s orbital and 7p orbital only filled with electrons. That's why we wrote only 7s, 7p. Then in 8th orbit there will be 8s, 8p, D, F, G, H, I, J, all these will be there. But only 8s is filled with electrons in known elements, in the elements which are known to us. That's why we did not mention these orbitals. Is that clear now? So like this here, this diagram is what now? Moeller diagram, which gives the increasing order of energies of atomic orbitals. Is the concept clear now? So like this, Aufbau principle is also called N plus L rule. So Aufbau principle states that the lower energy orbitals are filled with electrons in the atoms. Okay, that means the orbitals with lower n plus L value are filled with electrons first. Then only the orbitals with the highest energy will be filled. Higher energy will be filled. Okay, and suppose if n plus value is same, suppose now here suppose we have what 3s orbital and 2p orbital, 2p orbital and 3s orbital. Now in this case, what is n plus L value? N value 2 here. For p L value what? L values will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. What are these subshells here? S, P, D, F, G, etc. So here P means what? What is L value? 1. So here 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3. N plus L value. Here 3 plus for S subshell, what is L value? 0. 3 plus 0. Here 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 0, 3. These two atomic orbitals have what now? Same energy. When they have same energy, what should be filled first now here? The lower n value. Here n is equal to 2. N is equal to 2. Here n is equal to 3. Here when n plus L values are same for two atomic orbitals, the atomic orbital with lower n value is filled first. So n value decides here. N value decides what? The energy of orbitals. Here L value not deciding energy here. N plus L value not deciding, L value not deciding. Which subshell, which quantum number is deciding the energy of these two orbitals now? N value. N value less, N value more. So lesser N value is filled with electrons first. That's why when N plus L values are same for two atomic orbitals, the atomic orbital with the lower N value is filled first. This is the Aufbau principle. Building up principle. Is the concept clear so far? Take the screenshot of this if you need. Yeah, shells what? K shell, L shell, M shell, N, O, K element, O, P, Q, R shell it is. Like this. 8th orbit means R shell. So M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T like this we have taken orbits, shells. Is that clear? No. Okay, next. So next, here n plus L values of some orbitals are taken here. So here 1s orbital. So what are the L values? Tell me. L values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to n minus 1. Up to n minus 1, there will be L values. And what are n values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to infinity. N values. N values what here? Principal quantum number values. N is what? Orbit number. L is indicating the shape of subshell. SPDF subshell shapes will be given by azimuthal quantum number. So here it is SP like this, SPDF. Okay. So 1s means 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0. That is 1. Okay. It is 1. Here 2 plus 0. 2. Here 2 plus 1. 3. Here 3 plus 0. 3. 3 plus 1. 4. 4 plus 0. 4 like this. So between these two here, same energy is there here. Here also you see, now here 3p orbital and 4s orbital. Here 3 plus 1, here 4 plus 0. Both have same energy. In this case, which is filled first? 3p is filled first. N is equal to 3 here, N is equal to 4 here. So lower N value should be taken for filling electrons. So it is about what now here, Aufbau principle. Okay, let's take the screenshot of this if you need. Next. Now here, suppose we take hydrogen atom. The energy of orbitals in hydrogen and hydrogen-like species. In hydrogen atom and hydrogen-like species. What are the hydrogen-like species here? Hydrogen-like species what? Helium plus Li plus 2, beryllium plus 3. All these contain how many electrons? 1 electron. All these contain what? 1 electron. So they are what? Hydrogen-like species. Species containing only 1 electron are called hydrogen-like species. So in hydrogen-like species and hydrogen atom, the energy of orbitals will be like this. Here it is what now? First orbit means K shell. What is it? K shell. So K shell, in K shell, 1s orbital only is present, and it is L shell. L shell. In L shell, what will be there? 2s and 2p only will be there. In second orbit, only 2s and 2p will be there. So 2s orbital energy is equal to 2p orbital. Remember, in L shell, in second orbit, there will be 2s orbitals and 2p orbitals. Now, these two have same energy here. Okay, and next here 3s, 3p, 3d will be called M shell. KLM, KLMN. Okay, so M is what now? Third orbit. M shell is third orbit. Now 3s, 3p, 3d all have same energies. Okay, but in case of what? In case of other than hydrogen and hydrogen-like species, 3s less than 3p, 3p less than 3d will be there. But in case of hydrogen atom and hydrogen-like species, these three orbitals of third orbit, 3s orbital, 3p orbitals, and 3d orbitals, all these have what? Same energy. Similarly, if you take next thing what? In fourth orbit. Fourth orbit, what is this here? With shell? 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, all this what now here? Capital N shell. Fourth orbit. All these orbitals, 4s is equal to 4p is equal to 4d equals to 4f. All these have same energy. That means here, in hydrogen and hydrogen-like species, N plus L will decide, or N will decide the energy of orbitals. Only N. Only N. Principal quantum number N only indicates what? Only decides what? The energy of orbitals. So what is given here? The energy of this species. The energy of hydrogen atom and other single electron species. The energy of hydrogen atom and other single electron species like helium plus Li plus 2, beryllium plus 3 is determined. That energy is determined solely by the principal quantum number. Only principal quantum number. Principal quantum number is indicated by which letter? N. So only principal quantum number N value decides what? Determines what? The energy of orbitals in hydrogen and hydrogen-like species. So this is very important concept to understand. Is that clear now? So next after this, what will come now? Here 5s equals to 5p equals to 5d equals to 5f equals to 5g. 5f equals to 5g. All these we have taken. These all have same energies. Okay, so it is about what now here? Hydrogen and hydrogen-like species. Is the concept clear now? Next. Now we are taking Hund's rule. Which rule, ma? Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Maximum multiplicity. So Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity we take here. So in this case now, in case of Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, what we have to understand is that suppose we take nitrogen. Nitrogen atomic number 7. Atomic number 7 indicates what? Z value. Z value equals 7. So 7 electrons are there here. When 7 electrons are there here, what will be the electronic configuration first for this? 1s2, which is helium. 1s2 helium. 1s2, 2s2, 2p3 we write, right? Here it is K shell, it is L shell. It is first orbit, it is second orbit. So second orbit is itself outermost orbit. That is L shell is valence shell. L shell is what? valence shell. Generally, when we use shell, we have to use K, L, M, N shells. We have to say. And when we use number, we have to say orbits. First orbit, second orbit, third orbit. Like this, orbits, when we use numbers, we have to use 1, 2, 3, 4. And when we use the word shell, we have to use what letters? K, L, M, N shells. Okay. So here K shell it is, K shell with 2 electrons, L shell with 5 electrons. So electronic configuration, how to write for this nitrogen? 2, 2, 5. Here 2 electrons in K shell, 5 electrons in L shell. 2, 5 is also electronic configuration of nitrogen. So here 1s2, 2s2, 2p3 is electronic configuration of our nitrogen atom. Now here, which is outermost orbit here? 2s2 means 2p3. Outermost orbit is second orbit, and outermost electronic configuration is what? 2s2, 2p3. That is valence shell. Valence shell. Electronic configuration is what? 2s2, 2p3. Okay. So in this case, now here. So first, instead of 1s2, what we have written here? Instead of 1s2, helium we wrote. Instead of 1s2 helium. After that, 2s2 and 2p3. 2s2 and 2p3. Here S indicates always how many orbitals? One orbital, one box. And P indicates how many orbitals? Totally 3. So 3 orbitals will be present in P. So here Px, Py, Pz. So 2px orbital, 2py orbital, 2pz orbital. So here after filling the 2 electrons in 2s orbital, now next electron will go to what? 2px 1 electron, 2py 1 electron, 2pz 1 electron. But electron pairing does not take place here. Because how many degenerate orbitals available here? 2px, 2py, 2pz. 3 degenerate orbitals available here. What are there here? 3 degenerate orbitals. 3 degenerate orbitals. What are they here? 2px, 2py with 1 electron, 2pz with 1 electron. So 2px 1 electron, 2py 1 electron, 2pz 1 electron. Here these 3 orbitals, 2px, 2py, 2pz have same n plus L value. Here n value 2 plus L value 1. N value 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. So here these 3, 2px orbital, 2py orbital, 2pz. So n plus L value is what here? N plus L. Here 2 plus. For p subshell what? 1. Here also p subshell 1. Here also p subshell 1. For px, py, pz, same L value will be there. P orbital, L value 1. That's why 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1. Same n plus L value is there. Same n. N is 2 for all. So n value same, n plus L value same. Now these orbitals are called what now? Degenerate orbitals. Degenerate orbitals. So what are degenerate orbitals now? The orbitals having same energy, same n plus L value, but different orientations. Different orientations means what? Different directions. They have different directions. We take here 3 axes like this. Here 2px along x-axis, 2py along y-axis, 2pz along z-axis. Here one dumbbell shape, if it is along the x-axis, it is 2px. Along y-axis, it is called 2py. Along z-axis, it is called 2pz. So the 2px, 2py, 2pz orbitals are having different directions. Their orientations are different, directions are different, but they have same n plus L value, same energy. So such orbitals are called degenerate orbitals. So what are the degenerate orbitals here? The orbitals having, the atomic orbitals having same energy but different directions are called, different orientations are called degenerate orbitals. Here how many degenerate orbitals available in nitrogen? 2px, 2py, 2pz. 3 degenerate orbitals available. When 2 or more than 2 degenerate orbitals are available, all degenerate orbitals must be filled with 1 electron. All the available degenerate orbitals must be filled with 1 electron each. After that, only electron pairing should take place. This is called Ohm's rule of maximum multiplicity. Okay. So here, if you take oxygen, next one. If you take oxygen, instead of 1s2, what we wrote? Helium, 1s2. Then 2s2 and 2p4 for oxygen. 2s2, 2p4. Now in 2s2, 2p4, here 2s2 means what? Now here 1 orbital with 2 electrons pairing. and 2p means 2px, 2py, 2pz. Here 2px, 2py, 2pz. So here again 2px orbital with 2 electrons, 2px with 2 electrons, paired electrons, 2py 1 electron, 2pz 1 electron. Here how we fill electrons? After filling 2s2, electrons will go to first. Here 1 electron here, first electron out of 4 electrons of 2p4, first electron, second electron, third electron. After this only, the fourth electron will pair with first electron. Fourth electron will pair with first electron. So electron pairing will take place only after all the available degenerate orbitals are filled with 1 electron each. So Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity states that the electron pairing will take place only after all the available degenerate orbitals are filled with 1 electron each. This is called what now Aufbau means what Hund's rule here. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity for oxygen. The same thing we can apply for fluorine and neon also. Is the concept clear now? So it is about Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Let's take the screenshot of this. So now tell me degenerate orbitals have what? Same energy. They have same energy but different directions. Directions of orientations. Different directions means different orientations. But same energy will be there. Is that clear now? Next. Take the screenshot of this. Next now, see here. Next nitrogen. Nitrogen with 7 electrons here. Okay. In this case, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Okay. So here now we are taking next principle called Pauli's principle. What is Pauli's exclusion principle? Pauli's exclusion principle. So according to this Pauli's principle here, now what we have to understand is that any 2 electrons in the atom, cannot have all the 4 quantum number values same. All the 4 quantum number values will not be same for any 2 electrons in the given atom. Any 2 electrons you take, first electron, second electron, otherwise first electron and 7th electron of atom, or second electron and 10th electron of atom. Any 2 electrons when you compare, okay, they cannot have all the 4 quantum number values same. That is called Pauli's principle. And also we say Pauli's principle as what? Every atomic orbital, each atomic orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. Any atomic orbital can maximum accommodate 2 electrons only. It is called Pauli's principle. So Pauli's principle states that any atomic orbital, each atomic orbital can maximum accommodate 2 electrons. Otherwise, we can define what otherwise how to state this Pauli's principle. Pauli's principle states that no 2 electrons in the atom can have all the 4 quantum number values same. Okay, so like this now nitrogen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Okay, so 1s2, 2s2, then 2px 1 electron, 2py 1 electron, 2pz 1 electron. According to what now? Hund's rule. According to Hund's rule, we have filled what? 2px 1 electron, 2py 1 electron, 2pz 1 electron. Okay, and now here what we have to understand is that in this case now, see here, now principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. 4 quantum numbers are there. Now, any 2 electrons when we compare, we have to understand what are the principal quantum number values, magnetic quantum number values, spin quantum number, azimuthal quantum. Now check it here. Suppose I am taking here first electron. Okay, this first electron I am taking, and the last electron I am taking. It is 7th electron. And this one is what now here? First electron. So first electron and 7th electron of nitrogen I am taking. Now compare the principal and azimuthal quantum number values. See here now, first electron is in which orbital? 1s orbital. 1s means 1, n value 1. N value 1 here. And for s, what is L value? L value will be 0. For s, L value. So this first electron is in s orbital. Na? S orbital indicates what? L value 0. And whenever L is 0, magnetic quantum number also will be 0. ML, we say. ML means what? Magnetic quantum number. So ML also will be 0 for this electron of nitrogen. First electron of nitrogen has N value 1, L value 0, ML, magnetic quantum number value 0, and also spin quantum number. Here, spin quantum number plus 1. Spin quantum number how much here? Plus 1. Plus 1 by 2. Plus 1 by 2 indicates what? Plus half. So when electron is clockwise spinning, it has got plus 1 by 2. Well, that means plus half. So spin quantum number value is got plus half for the first electron. So these are principal, azimuthal, magnetic and spin quantum number values for which electron? First electron. For first electron, these values we have taken. Now for seventh electron, we take. Seventh electron is in which subshell, which orbital? 2pz orbital. 2pz orbital. Now 2 means which orbit? It is what? N value. N value 2. For seventh electron, I am taking here. N value 2. And P, for Px or Py or Pz, what will be L value 1? 1. So L value 1, N value 2. For seventh electron, I am taking. And next, here, what is the value of magnetic quantum number for this here? Now here, it will be having plus or minus 1. Here also, plus or minus 1. Here, 0. These are what? Magnetic quantum number values. So magnetic quantum number values will be plus 1, plus or minus 1 by 2, plus or minus 1 by plus or minus 1, plus or minus 1, and 0 for 2pz. Remember, for 2pz, what will be magnetic quantum number? 0. Remember this. That means if it has plus 1, if 2px has plus 1, 2py will have minus 1, and vice versa. And vice versa. That means what? If it has minus 1, it will have plus 1. So this plus 1 or minus 1 will be only for 2px and 2py, that's all. And 2pz must be having what? 0. We know that if L is equal to, if L equals to 1, what will be magnetic quantum number values? Magnetic quantum minus L to 0, na? Minus L to plus L, na? So minus 0, minus 1, 0 plus 1. So minus 1, 0 plus 1. These are magnetic quantum number values available for P subshell. For P subshell. Now in this case, minus and plus 1. Minus 1 and plus 1 will be only for 2px and 2py. And this 0 value, magnetic quantum number 0 will be for 2pz. That's why for seventh electron, what is magnetic quantum number value? Magnetic quantum number value is what? 0. Magnetic quantum number 0. And what is spin quantum number value? Plus 1 by 2. Now check it here. First electron, seventh electron. Spin quantum number same. Magnetic quantum number value same. Magnetic quantum number value same. And azimuthal quantum number value is different. Azimuthal quantum number value is what? 0 and 1. And principal quantum number also different. So principal quantum number is different. Azimuthal quantum number is different. Okay. Now what will be same here? Magnetic quantum number value is same and spin quantum number value is same. For which electrons? First electron and seventh electron. That means are the two electrons having same quantum numbers? 4 quantum number values same here? No. 4 quantum number values will not be same for any two electrons. Here in this example, we have taken first and seventh electrons. You may take first and second electron, first and third electron, or fourth and sixth electron. Any two electrons you can compare. Any two electrons cannot have all the 4 quantum number values same. That is called Pauli's exclusion principle. Okay, let's take the screenshot of this one. So next one here. So principal quantum number 1 indicates what? Here n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 1, how many subshells will be there? Only S subshell will be there. Only S subshell means what? L value will be what? 0. Whenever L is 0, magnetic quantum number also will be 0. And spin quantum number value may be plus 1 by 2 or minus 1 by 2. S indicates